Hello, I'm Henry Laker from UK Growth Coach. We are a multi-award winning team of business coaches based in Uckfield and East Sussex. And we coach business owners on 11 different areas of business to help them progress further, faster, and to their full potential in their business. One of the areas that we coach businesses on is financial control. And in this short blog, I'm going to share with you one aspect of financial control that affects all businesses, and that's cash flow. Cash flow is the lifeblood of business, and for many SME businesses, it can be very stressful at certain times and create a certain amount of risk. When a business grows, that challenge with cash flow can become more and more important, and it's critical to get a good control of it as early on as possible. Now, statement of cash flows, that works up to a point. It's useful to show you past trends, but the key point here is past. It's already happened. And it's not very helpful to allow you to make better decisions or change what's going to happen in the future. To have a much better control of what's going to happen in the future, cash flow forecasting is critical for business. It gives you the ability to make better decisions, to plan for things in the future, to avoid issues before they even come up. And it's good to get into a habit to take care of cash flow forecasting on a weekly basis, so that you create a plan for what the future vision of your cash position is going to be and update it on a weekly basis with reality. Now, one of the challenges is that a lot of financial software says that it has cash flow forecasting. But the challenge with it is that financial software such as Xero, QuickBooks, things like that, can only provide forecasting information based on the information that's been entered onto the software. So for example, it would be able to forecast from invoices that have been raised, that you've sent out to customers, and invoices that you have received in. But it doesn't tell you what's going to happen in a month's time, or 2 months' time, or 3 months' time, in terms of what you are invoicing for or the payments you have to make in return. So a really good way of countering this is to build, we would advise, a 3-month cash flow forecasting document. And the key thing is to keep it simple. And it has essentially 3 different areas. The first area is all the money that's going to come into the business. So the money from retained business that might happen on a weekly or a monthly basis, the money that's going to come in from projects, whatever type of work that you do as a business. Map it all out, but do it on a week-by-week basis over a 3-month focused area. But map the money as it's going to come in week 1, week 2, week 3, and do it with caution. If you think that your payments are going to be received from a client in week 1, for caution, perhaps map it in week 2 or week 3, etc. Just so that you are not banking everything on something happening and then causing a challenge to your cash flow. You then map out all of your monies out. So all of your fixed costs, that might be your rent, your wages, national insurance contributions, everything you pay out every single month, let's say for accountancy fees, IT fees, software, consumables, everything that you know is going to happen every month. And then build in the elements that will change on a week-to-week basis or a monthly basis, things like cost of sales, cost of goods, that kind of thing. And then the third element is a summary, which pulls those 2 different areas of data in and summarizes it for you to show your cash position each week over within a 3-month period. When you do this, you can see right now at the beginning of a month or any point within a month where the pinch points are, where that tight cash flow is going to be. If you know in week 1 that week 6 is going to be uncomfortable with cash flow, you've got time to make decisions around that. That might be negotiating for better or different payment terms with the supplier. It may be making sure that you've got deposits in for certain jobs that you're doing. It gives you the ability to better protect yourself for the future. So I'll give you some tips for cash flow before you start work. One of them, firstly, is to shorten your payment terms. When I talk to coaching clients and I ask them what their payment terms are, the resounding answer across the board is 30 days. Why? The reason is that people just standardly go with 30 days for their payment terms. Doesn't have to be. Our payment terms are 7 days. Maybe yours should be too. So think about shortening payment terms, and also think about the fact that credit is not a right. And also, I don't even like the term giving credit to customers. You're not lending them money. You're giving them time to process an invoice that you've sent them for work that you've done, so they can process that invoice and arrange payment. The key thing to keep in mind here is that before somebody even goes ahead and has you do work for them, they ought to be ready and able to pay for that service before you've done it. You shouldn't be giving them time to be able to find the money to pay for something that you have done. So credit is not just a right that people have. Think about considering credit checks. Make sure that somebody has the ability to pay for you. If you're doing project work, set really clear payment schedules. So it might be a deposit up front, and then a certain percentage at the stage 2 of the project, a certain percentage at stage 3, and so on and so on, rather than just taking on an order, doing all of the work, then sending an invoice, then waiting 30 days, and lo and behold, there's no money hitting your account for 60 days or worse. Set really clear terms and conditions right from the start so that the clients know exactly what it is that they're agreeing to do with you, and have the money chat early on with clients. Right at the beginning sales stage is a good time to have that money chat in advance. So some tips for improving your cash flow during and after work. First one is invoice on time, every time. I often speak with businesses and they say, yeah, they're really up to their eyeballs at the moment catching up on invoicing. And you think, really? How long has that invoicing been left? Imagine if you've gotten to week 3 of the month where you've managed to finally sit down and get on top of your invoicing, send out your invoices, then you give 30 days. Now that's nearly 60 days before you're going to get paid if they pay on time. So make sure that as soon as the work is done, the invoice is issued straight away. Do it every single time. Use financial software to flag up debtors. As soon as somebody is past your payment terms, you need to be keeping an eye on that and getting on top of it. And if necessary, use steps to manage that late payment. If necessary, use recovery companies to get that money. Keep in mind that a customer is somebody who places work and pays for that work within your terms. A customer is not somebody that you lend money to. If this has been helpful for you and you'd like to know a bit more information about how you can get better control of your cash flow, get better understanding and control of your finances in general, or you'd like to learn more about the other 10 areas that we coach business owners on, then get in touch. We'd be happy to do a business review and teach you how you could further progress in your business. Thank you.